Alright, it's been a while since I made a video, and you guys hit the link so you get to stare at my tummy, and we'll look at some cool guns here. Today we have one of my favorites, the 1911. Definitely one of my favorite platforms for handguns, and you can see just all the cool different stuff that they encompass. As far as size, we got little 1911s, we got huge 1911s, in the middle 1911s, and calibers. We got 45, 45, 45, 10 millimeter. They make variants of them in 9 millimeter, even 380. Everybody across the board fell in love with John Browning's tilting barrel semi-automatic platform. There's a lot of people that think, you're not American unless you own one of these as far as a gun enthusiast. I don't know if I go that far, but I mean, it's hard to get around them. They're everywhere. So many people make them. I mean, just right here you got AMT, Springfield, Rock Island, and Kimber, just to name a few. And then you got your guys that say, this one sucks, and this one's way better, and this one's cool, and this one sucks, A lot of different people have a lot of different opinions on them. For me, I think that they're cool almost in any regard. The $200 model, the $500 model, the $1,000 model, whatever. And you can do so much to them that they're just kind of a fun piece of owning a gun. I took the 10 mil out last week, did a little bit of deer hunting, got it gunked up a little bit, so I figured I would do a down and dirty on this guy and a takedown on it, and we'll go from there. If you're looking to carry these things, I don't know if I would say it's the best gun to carry when you just get situated as far as carrying. They are considered to be one of the safest semi-autos, but there's always a catch-22 there. One being that you're cocked and locked. Now, in order for this firearm to go off, this safety needs to be off. There can't be anything in the way here. The grip safety needs to be depressed. This is your grip safety here. And then you need to squeeze the trigger. So there's a lot going on there. That being said, a lot of people don't like carrying it cocked and locked like that, or they'll carry it unsafe with an empty chamber. I think there's other routes to go. I don't think that carrying these is for beginners. I think, number one, you're only getting 7 or 8 rounds in a magazine. You get 10 rounds if you buy the crappy Pro Mags. So you're limited by magazine size. A lot of them have great sights, but out of the box, some of them aren't that great. These ones are not. But there's just something to have in a 1911. I carry this one probably a couple days a week. And then trying to conceal this horse pistol is difficult to say the least. But anyway, they cover a vast price range. They cover a vast quality range here. This old AMT I picked up for like $200. Somebody stippled it, just put a bunch of holes in it, some sandpaper-like finish. And with 1911s, you get what you pay for. One like this was seen in the first Terminator movie. He had an AMT hardballer, which is what this is, but a long slide. And the thing, for the money, like I said, you get what you pay for. Whereas the Kimber, quite a bit more money. Just a solid product. But these were cool though. Back in the day when you had everybody coming home from World War II, people used to put Smith & Wesson revolver sights on them and make them as tight as they can with the bushings and everything like that to shoot matches. I don't know if that's what was done with this guy, but I still thought it was cool, so I brought it home. It actually shoots pretty good when it's on point there. So let's take apart the Kimber real quick. Most of the field strips on these are either one of two ways. Number one, you have a bushing here, which I'll show you as soon as we get it apart. Or you have the other models that do not have a bushing, and it's just a captured spring in here. This is another day. We'll mess around with that another day. So like every other gun video, we're going to make sure it's empty. It is empty. Going to lock the safety up. We're going to push down on our recoil spring, and then you're going to slowly and gently ride this out. Otherwise you're going to have holes in your ceiling tiles. So we're going to set the recoil spring aside. We're going to take the bushing off. That's your 1911 style bushing, or 1911 bushing. We're going to take the safety off. We're going to ride back to the second notch here. 1 notch, 2 notch. And then we're just going to push from the other side. There's a pin right here. Push it straight. Sometimes you got to find it. There we go. Now with this, we're going to pull straight out. We're not going to pull this down like this and create what we call an idiot mark. We'll follow that up in a minute here. So after that, everything slides straight off on the rails there. We're going to put our recoil spring guide over here, which is what this little guy is. And then because we removed the bushing, which keeps the barrel locked in, this is going to slide right out. Now before it does that, you're going to want to put your pin in here straight up. I'm sorry, straight down, so that it'll clear it. And that's your basic field strip. Nothing too crazy, nothing too difficult or anything like that. Your pin link, I couldn't think of the part. You're always going to make sure that that's free floating and not grindy or anything like that, because pretty much all that pin does is keep everything linched up and together. Now guns like a Walther PPK that have the barrel attached to the frame are allegedly more accurate than this style, and this style has the tilting barrel. So these things are quite accurate. I don't know how much more accurate you can get, but that's what all my other gun nerds say. So if we wanted to go a little bit crazier here, we can push in that firing pin, slide that out, and then the firing pin is a captured spring in there. You'll pull it right out. Don't see the need. So to put it back together, we're just going to do everything in reverse. So make sure that our link pin is down. Flows right in. You'll feel it lock up a little bit there. Put our bushing in, and then tilt it. Now, I've been wheeling and dealing with used firearms just about my entire adult life. And when you see a 1911 come in with a scratch on it, right up in here, nothing destroys value on a used 1911 like an idiot scratch. Not necessarily calling the person that made it an idiot, but that's what everybody in the biz calls it. So after you line everything up here, your link pin, you're going to take this, push right through the holes. I like to put my thumb up here so that we don't get an idiot mark. and then you're just going to push straight in. Check the side, make sure that it's level, and it's locked right in there. Now we're going to put our safety on. Oop. Put our spring right in here, and then click. Take the safety off. We'll function check it. We're good to go. This is probably my favorite 1911. I got this guy for our graduation gift. I surprised everybody and graduated high school, so they gave me a gun. This thing can run crap ammo, Tula, and other underpowered ammo like it's going out of style. A lot of fun. What else? Oh yeah, this guy. Picked this thing up pretty cheap from a friend of mine at work, and I think I have some high-speed footage I'll throw into the end of the video here. And it's snappy. It was snappy and it was jamming up on the last round, so I put a new recoil spring in there, 25-pound spring. Now it runs like a watch, and the next improvement for this is probably going to be the sights. So 1911s are awesome. You can get into them pretty cheap. You got Citadels, you got Rock Islands, you got a couple other companies that are making them in the Philippines and everywhere else. Magazines, you can always find magazines cheap for them, depending on what you want to spend. They can get a little pricey, but your average, like Chip McCormick magazine, one of these guys, or Kim Pro Tac Mag here, I think it was like $30 with the pad on it, so you can drop it everywhere. But depending on how you want to play, you can pay dearly or not much at all. Depends on what you're doing and what you want to spend and what kind of outcome you're looking for. This thing, I always wanted a 1911, and I'm just a huge fan of 10 mil. And I was getting a manufacturer's discount for a little while, so I had to have it, and I think I paid $6 for it. I don't regret it. It's just kind of silly and asinine, but it's a lot of fun. I don't even think it fits in a standard holster. Yeah, it hangs out, so you got to be careful when you're drawing it. But still a lot of fun to take hunting. I have yet to drop a deer or anything with it, but sooner than later. So that's about it for 1911s today. I had a lot of fun just kind of pulling all these things out and messing around with them a little bit. And I have some high-speed footage on this guy and this guy that I'll throw into the end of the video here. So I appreciate you guys hanging out like always. I appreciate you giving me some views. And I'll talk to you later. Thanks, guys.